40 here and there before you can say all those people within that province, within that precinct, are called neighbors under Islam. Al-jaru ban jaran jaruhu jarak arba'ida baitan inda ilayka. A jar, a neighbor, because neighbor is what we call al-jar in Islam. Jiran is neighborhood. So neighbor is the person that his house is 40 here, 40 there. Like I have defined it before. That is the definition of neighbor.
All right, mashallah. So who is a good neighbor, a good Muslim neighbor in Islam? The definition of a good Muslim neighbor.
A good Muslim neighbor in Islam is the one that does not harm a neighbor that I've just defined. A person 40 houses to you, to the right, to the left, in front and at the back. A good neighbor will be the one that does not harm them. Whoever that is living within those precincts, if you don't harm them, you are a good neighbor. That is why Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was reported to have said that Wallah ila yumin, Wallah ila yumin, Wallah ila yumin, man la yumin jaruhu bawa'iqahu. He said he is not of faith, and he repeated it 3 times. He is not of faith. He is not of faith. They now say, who is that person that you are saying that he is not of faith? He is not of Muslim faith. The Prophet said that he, that his neighbor, is not in good position. He that his neighbor is not comfort because of him. If you don't have comfort with the person that is living with you, that person is not a good neighbor and is not a good Muslim. Meaning that if I'm sleeping in my house and I'm the second or 40th house to your house, for example, and I can't sleep well because I fear that if you start now, you become to spread evil. For instance, if you are a person that smokes Indian hemp, and after you do that, you begin to ferment trouble within the neighborhood. So such a person is not a good Muslim. If that person begins again, or he is a talk, or that is one side of it. Another side of it, according to the Prophet, is that a neighbor, a good neighbor in Islam, and a good Muslim will be the one that will ensure that every person living in the radius of neighborliness that we just said, in that 40th houses, every person within that radius should sleep happily. Meaning that if you have enough food in your home and your neighbors don't have enough food, they don't even have anything to eat, and you are here as a neighbor, you are not a good Muslim in that regard. A good Muslim will be the one that shares to the neighbor. That is why Nabi Sallallahu was reported to have said one hadith. That hadith is so beautiful. He said, "Idha tobatum merqatan fa'akthiru ma'a wa ta'adu jiranakum." He said that if anybody cooks a soup among you, put more waters in that soup and share it with your neighbor. If you are such a person that you cook and your food, your soup is thick with a lot of tomato, everything. If you do that, thick, and you are eating it alone, you are not of Muslim faith. He said that put more waters inside your
to make it
your soup,
many, to make
so
it expand,
so that it will go around to your neighbors. 40 here, 40 here, 40 here. That is, you are talking of 160, isn't it? 40 and 40, that is 80. Another 80, that is 160. 160 people living around you must be happy before we can call you a good Muslim.
Mashallah. In that case, then, what is a good Muslim neighbor towards a non-Muslim?
A non-Muslim alike. Islam does not discriminate in what we call neighborliness. It does not. Islam is a religion of peace. It does not say that you should also be nice to your fellow Muslim brethren. You must be nice to a non-Muslim as well. Maybe because of that, they may even love your religion and say, ah, you are a good Muslim and you are an example, you are a paragon of Islam. And because of how you exhibit yourself, you have shown that one can even accept your faith. Islam said, Afsu salama, spread peace. Spread peace. So don't hurt your non-Muslim neighbor. Be kind to your non-Muslim neighbor. Share goodies with your non-Muslim neighbor. So don't, because even the Islamic justice system does not recognize color, does not recognize faith, does not recognize that are only Muslim that you must be just to. There is a verse in the Holy Quran. That verse is a spine of everything that we must do to a non-Muslim alike, even in the adjudication system. It says, La yajrimannakum shan'anu qawmin ala an la ta'dilu. Don't let the color, the faith, the creed, the background of anybody becloud you so that you don't do justice to them. If a non-Muslim comes to you and say, I'm coming to your court, you must adjudge fairly. He said, Adilu, do justice to all manners of men. Innahu akrabul taqwa. That is the only way you can get close to piety.
Mashallah.
So what I'm saying in essence is that non-Muslim deserves your peaceful coexistence with them. Non-Muslim deserves your nicety. Non-Muslim deserve your what do you call it? Your
charity.
Mashallah. Give them as well. That is the best way to show how a true Muslim should be.
Mashallah. Now, speaking of which, you mentioned law. I know you are a barrister, mashallah.
Yes,
so in Sharia courts, does that mean that the Sharia law will now favor non-Muslim alike with Muslims, or they favor only Muslims?
No, it's about fairness. Sharia is about justice. What
Equality.
I'm saying is, if you find a non-Muslim in a Sharia court, for instance, you married B, who was a non-Muslim, because it is allowed in Islam to marry a non-Muslim, and A dies. Probably when A was alive, B also accepted Islam. A dies, and they take A's estate to the court of law, to the Sharia court. So that B, who might have reverted back to Christianity, for instance, deserves justice. And if a Christian goes to the Sharia court and says that I want to see a Muslim because if he did something bad to me, Sharia court must recognize humanity in that person. Humanity. That is, humanity means that equality between the law. So I'm saying this, that even in Sharia law, it goes beyond the borderline of being a court of Muslims alone. That is why you see a lot of non-Muslim lawyers appearing in Sharia court. Yes, they go to area court, go to Sharia court of appeal, you see non-Muslim lawyers appearing there. So it's a religion that accommodates everybody. It does not discriminate.
Mashallah, mashallah,
Islam
alhamdulillah.
is not discriminatory.
Mashallah. So now that we are in Ramadan, how do a Muslim treat their neighbor? Like a special way, like because of the Ramadan package and the blessings, hasanat flying here and there. How do the non-Muslims and the Muslim now, how do the Muslim treat their neighbors, non-Muslim and Muslim alike in Ramadan?
If you stay with a non-Muslim in a community who is your neighbor, yes, when we are doing iftar, if they want to join, you know, they might not fast, they are not fasting, or they might not fast, because it's not obligatory on a non-Muslim.
Yes.
But a Muslim must fast.
Yes.
If a non-Muslim is within your society and you are breaking your fast, and he passes by, I say, join us. If they can join you, join. You understand me? And if you know that if you feed their pause, that in their house they don't have food, you can share with them. Islam permits you to share with a non-Muslim when you go to their house, and at that point in time, you feel that they don't have what to even eat, maybe for their dinner. So at that point in time, do that to them. Consider them as your fellow human being and share your food with them. The same thing, try to feel the pulse of whoever within your neighborhood. See whether in this house they don't have. if they don't have, share with them. That is why I like our Christian brothers. During their Christmas, in fact, some where I live will even give me live chicken. Maybe 3 days to Christmas, they will share it to me, send it to me. Some do that. So on the Christmas day, they send food to us.
Yes.
And let me tell you, this is how we are going to build this nation. If Allah had wished to make all of us Muslim, He would do that.
Yes.
If I had wished to make everybody Christian, He would do that. Now, how to build nation is to live harmoniously and in peace with your neighbors. If you do it in one neighborhood, you do it the other place there, you also do it far there and near there. You see that every nook and cranny of this country will be in peace. There will not be religious agitations. There will not be crisis of inter-religious crisis, things like that. That is the essence of it.
MashaAllah. Okay, our viewers out there, the line is open. You can now call in to ask the Ustaz any question you want or anything you want to know about Islam. If it is a topic of the day, it's fine. If it is not, it's fine. The number to call is on your screen already. That is 080-5445-3291. Now, before we have a caller, Ustaz, the case of some Muslims that assume that once you are not a Muslim, they don't owe you any good deed. They don't owe you to be nice. They don't owe you, to the way they owe a Muslim. You have to be nice to a fellow Muslim. You can't hurt a fellow Muslim. They think if you are a non-Muslim, you don't really deserve that.
They are not of faith. They are not of faith. Humanity is what brings us together first, before religiosity.
Yes.
So you have to be nice to all manners of men. Whoever that discriminates against them is not of faith. You understand me?
Yes.
It's not of faith, because Quran says ittaqul fitna, fear crisis.
Okay.
Because if crisis begins, if it erupts, it will not affect only the people who started it. It will consume everybody. So what I'm saying in essence is this: when you are violent against non-Muslim, and the same violence is sent back to you, it becomes an issue of the entire community.
Yes. Hello, sorry, let's pick this call. Hello? Hello, who is on the line? Hello? Uh-oh, sorry, we lost that call. Hello? Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, who is on the line? Go ahead, you're live. Sorry, can you speak out loud? Uh-oh. I'm sorry, the network is jammed, but you can still call back. We are here to pick your call. Sorry. Hello? Hello? Okay. So, go ahead,
so,
please.
If you incite violence, and violence becomes counter-violence.
Yes.
So everybody will be consumed. So there should be a peaceful environment, because before you can have establish your prayer. You can't establish your prayer where there is no peace. So in order to ensure that there is peace and that you engender peace, before you can be able to establish your faith, you must be nice to all manners of men. So those people only read from one side. They don't read from another side. Islam is about book and psychology. Islam does not, there is no way that Allah says that you should be violent against non-Muslim. The only thing He says is that defend yourself.
That means you have to be attacked before you can defend yourself.
You have to be attacked before you can defend yourself. And every human being has a right to defend himself or herself.
Yes.
If I attack you, you have the right to defend yourself.
Yeah, otherwise I'll be killed.
Otherwise you'll be killed. So defense is a right of everybody. That is why it is you can even know that it's spontaneous.
Yes.
In human beings.
It's human
when
nature.
he sees any fear, to react. So at that point of reaction, that is what Allah gives you as a Muslim. Don't begin to fight anybody. So in essence, what I've been saying is that you are not of a faith. You are not of our faith if you are not nice to non-Muslims.
Mashallah. Let's pick a call. Okay. Oh, we lost that call too. Now, most people think, I don't know where they get that from, but most people seems to tell me, approach me that, Malama, it's like Muslims are normally violent, especially when a Muslim does anything to hurt them, they tend to judge every other Muslim by that, thinking that, okay, this person is a Muslim, he hurt me, every other Muslim hurts. So run away from them. Yes. And they seem to think that the Quran tells us that we should hurt others, that we should do nasty things to others. We should not respect any other person except the person is a Muslim.
Even someone like you, who is even bothered.
Yes.
They will say, hey, see them again.
Yes, I get that a lot.
Yes, you of course, yes. People will be discriminating against you.
Yes.
And that is not fair. You are a human being and you practice a religion of peace.
Yes.
Let me tell you, the psychology of Ramadan is about control of anger.
MashaAllah.
Not only that you, because you restrain from food, you restrain from water, and you also don't mate with your spouse. That is the essence of Ramadan. Ramadan is teaching you how to control your anger.
Sabr.
Sabr. That is to have patience. So a person who can be patient with pangs of
hunger
and thirst.
Yes.
And also a person who has patience to be controlled by God, not to have sex with his wife or with the husband. You understand me? Such a person, Allah is teaching him to be able to bear a lot of negativities.
Yes.
And not to react violently against people.
Yes.
That is why they say at Siyam Sobro. Fasting is about patience. You see that everybody's face will be calm. It's telling you that if you don't have enough food inside you, you won't be violent.
You have the strength.
Yes, Islam doesn't teach us violence.
No.
So anybody that thinks that a Muslim that is violent against him or her, I'm talking of a non-Muslim who has received violence from a Muslim, from one particular Muslim, I beg that they shouldn't see it as a general thing.
Yes.
There is nowhere in Quran where Allah says that we should be violent against non-Muslim. Nowhere. Yes. That particular person is peculiar with violence. That is why he does that.
Yes.
And he's not only
irrespective of the person's religion.
Irrespective of a person's religion.
Yes.
A Christian may also be violent.
Yes.
You can find it. Even a pagan may be violent. So that one has his own what do you call it, demeanor, and that demeanor is condemnable.
Yes.
And Islam condemns violence. That is why I keep repeating it. Prophet started while he was counseling people. He said, "Afshu salam wasilul arham." He said, "Spread peace."
Peace.
Because even the religion of Islam is synonymous to peace.
Peace. Yes.
See the word Islam as salam, which you will have it in the biblical name, biblical words. It's shalom.
Shalom, yes.
So shalom means
peace
be upon you.
Yes.
Even
it's just different language.
Like different language.
Yes, Greek and I think Arabic.
Yes, the other one is Greek. This one is Arabic.
Yes.
So in essence, Islam does not preach violence
in any way.
In any way.
Mashallah.
And whoever that is bothered, what you are doing is to control to inhibit yourself,
yes,
from being assessed, from being looked completely, because Allah says that women should dress very properly. They should cover themselves in a way that a woman wears what shows his body,
nudity,
his beauty, his body completely. We have that in the society. So, and you have your human right to this.
Yes.
Even under the secular law,
constitution,
under the constitution, you have your human rights to practice your religion.
Mashallah.
And to wear what fits and suits your own faith.
Yes.
So if you wear this, people should not discriminate against you.
Discriminate and attack us. They do that a lot. Like, you go somewhere, some people will just look at you, especially when you go to the market. It's very tedious. You see people saying, "Oh, see a masquerade." The children that do that, I actually understand them. I will just smile. That's what they think a masquerade looks like.
Yes.
But the adult, a full-blown adult that is looking at you and said, see masquerade. See this, see that. Even your fellow Muslims, some of them will look at you like, why are you behaving as if
With
you are
scorn.
you are the most pious person on the earth?
It's not
Are
pleased.
you one of the wife of the Rasul or the Sahaba? Why are you dressing like that?
It's not. If
You
you
know?
chose that this is how you want to dress, to completely cover yourself, so be it. That's why
Mashallah.
you have it in England. Go to England.
Yes, it's there.
They practice the best human rights laws.
Yes.
There, even in the parliament, when the Ramadan was about to start,
Yes.
they chanted, they recited Surah Al-Baqarah
Yes, the Holy
inside
Quran.
the House of Commons,
Yes.
inside the parliament.
Yes.
That is to tell you that people, they respect people's faiths.
Yes.
They welcome Ramadan in London.
Yes.
They even do the lighting
Yes.
of the roads,
Fireworks and
everything, because they are saying we are welcoming Ramadan.
Yes.
Even though it might not be the faith of the majority,
Of majority, yes.
it's a faith of the minority there.
Yes.
But until we do that, we recognize how to live harmoniously with a non-Muslim. That is, and vice versa. That is when we can have a nation that will be prosperous.
Yes.
And that is where we
Mashallah.
get it wrong.
Yes.
Everybody has right to his faith, just like dressing. If I dress like in an Ifik way, yes, that is my
That's
tradition.
your choice.
That is my tradition. If I dress the way I dress, is an Hausa way. Yes, that is my tradition. Recognize it. If you put that the way you do, yes, that is your dressing, and you do it according to your faith and the way you believe this is how I can cover myself.
Yes.
So be it. So let's
Mashallah.
learn how to have the culture of acceptability and culture of harmonious relationship.
Mashallah. Let's see if you can pick one call. Hello. Hello. Oh, we lost it. I think we have a network jam here. On behalf of the Muslim Ummah, Ustaz and myself, I want to apologize to anyone out there, right, who has actually been hurt by a Muslim, that we are not all the same and we don't do the same thing, and Islam does not tell us to be violent or to be rude or to be arrogant or to be bad to anyone. If you see anyone doing that, is strictly based on their personal characteristics and all that. So please, we apologize on the behalf of anyone who has done that to you. Please take it off your mind. That's absolutely not Islam. So thank you for joining us today on Ali Class Fi Ramadan. Jazakallah khairan to our able barrister for joining us today.
Thank you.
I told you, if you have any question, he is capable of it. Unfortunately, the calls was jammed and we couldn't pick any calls. But then again, you can join us tomorrow for another exciting, educating, enlightening, soul-feeling episode of Al-Ikhlas Fi Ramadan. So Jazakallah khairan again.
Mashallah.
Thank you, and we hope you can join us again before the Ramadan ends.
Inshallah,
this year.
it's my pleasure.
Inshallah,
Yeah.
mashallah. So my name is Medina Fagon. I'm your host on Al-Ikhlas Fi Ramadan. Join me tomorrow again live on ITV for Al-Ikhlas Fi Ramadan. Ma salam.
إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام